Hey guys, this is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and this comes out tomorrow, and I have been looking forward to it like crazy. It is Batman: The Last Night on Earth, and it is the second release from DC's Black Label. First we had Damned, and now we have this. We will get one more Damned eventually after a few delays, but it's been really good. So with this being said, it is by Scott Snyder, and the art is by Greg Capullo. I was impressed, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So we open up, and it's part one, The Cave, and we see Batman being Batman, trying to figure out and use his detective skills just to see exactly what is going on. And without a whole lot of information, he's doing just that. Well, he gets into this area where he sees a child or sees a small person kneeling down. And yeah, let's just take a minute to look at this art. Like, I was shocked at how good this kid looks. Like, he looks amazing, and he's supposed to be creepy, and I am just over here like, wow, this looks so good. So anyways, yeah, creepy kid, and he tries to talk to him, tries to, you know, get him to talk back, and it doesn't happen. He talks to Alfred. He tells him, you know, he's badly decomposed, and something happens. A gunshot goes off, and then I don't know, we go back to Bruce being tied up and a patient, and we see, I love the throwback with the fly to Death in the Family. I love those things that Scott puts in that makes these comics so much more worth it, so much more in-depth, and kind of keeping us along the trail of Batman. We see his doctor is Joker, and he's at Arkham. Like, we're not, yeah, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, the whole concept is great. It's a different look at Batman when there's been so many different arcs and ways that Batman has gone along. I like this. It's new and it's fresh, and it worked really well. We see him and Joker talking back and forth, and I'm not going to go through this too much because it's absolutely worth the price tag. So, you know, he wants out. He absolutely wants out, and of course he does. He's literally tied up. He's going to want out. We see Alfred show up, and I guess I should have said this in the beginning. This is definitely a spoiler-free review. It will come out tomorrow, so I don't want to, you know, go through the whole thing without, you know, giving it away when it should be bought. It definitely should. So we see Alfred come in, and he's talking to him, and he's trying to calm him down, saying, no one blames you, no one blames you. And he's like, for what? What did I do? Why are you saying no one blames me? And he says, when you killed your parents in that alley. So that's the first, like, huge twist. Like, so there's no Joe Chill. There's nothing along that lines. It was Bruce. In this little area, it was Bruce. And I like that they added that in there because, again, it's a new, fresh twist on Batman that I really liked. I thought it was really well done. And we see him, you know, he's angry. He's pissed. He's not believing any of this. But I do like that, I don't know whether it was Scott or Greg, but they're putting in, like, we see Harley and Bizarro. We see some of these characters from his past, and we kind of see that they're either patients or they're doctors. I really don't know. I couldn't quite establish that, but even so, it was very nice to add that in there. Alfred leaves, and Bruce gets, you know, some sort of sedative injection, and we move on, and he is in his cell at Arkham, and he's kind of just trying to figure out what's going on, and he finds, and I love this, I think this was probably my second favorite part, this panel, where he finds the dinosaur and the penny, like he had in the Batcave. And I love that little ad in there because it's so funny because they're so teeny. And he's just looking at him like, no, this can't be real. What the hell is going on? And he's pissed. So he's raging. And we basically see some of that. And we see Alfred return. And they have a conversation just about exactly what's going on. And he's saying, you know, why am I able to do these things? Why am I able to speak Greek, Mandarin? Why am I able to, you know, do these gymnastics, do this kind of thing if I am not Batman? Who are you trying to kid, basically? And he's like, you know, these people taught you these things, And he's trying to convince him. And he says, so fine, I brought you your cowl. And it's a cowl, but it's a straitjacket. I don't know. I love this little additive here because he's still got his cowl, but it's a straight up straitjacket. And he's kind of having a hard time processing it. And I love everything about it. So we go to the next chapter and we see Bruce just kind of raging out, just kind of pissed. I mean, and rightfully so, he's pissed. So they finally get him calmed down, cornered, and we get to see Alfred come out, and he says, you know, just leave us alone. Let me talk to him. Let me calm him down. And we finally get to see what is actually happening. And what is actually happening is this, and it still pisses me off. Not pisses me off. Oh, I love Alfred. He's the ultimate dad figure. He does such a good job and tries to always do right by Batman. But not this time. Like, he tricked him. He set this whole thing up to make, you know, Batman think that because of what is happening with the rest of the world, that he was in Arkham, and he thought that was his way of protecting him. And I get it from a protective standpoint. I do. But yeah, he woke up 2 years too early is what happened. So nothing was perfected, and Bruce was able to kind of see through it all. And Alfred is old. Alfred's very old. We see him aged up a lot, whereas Bruce is still young and fresh and able to do. And we kind of get this super heartwarming moment where he's like, ask him for one more thing for an old man. And he says, anything. He says, just let me hold you one last time. Let me hold my boy I love. And then Bruce is gone. And I'm going to end it here shortly, but I love this part because Bruce ends up in the desert, and he's searching, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. Mind you, with his cowl that he has his straitjacket on, but he finds this almost lantern-looking thing, and he rushes off the sand or brushes off the paint, and it's Joker, but it's not Joker. It's just Joker's head. Like, just, you know, it totally works. He has no problem talking to him and telling jokes, like really actually quite funny ones, but he has no problem just communicating without lungs and everything. So he's really good. I like this. The only thing is weird is about the jokes that he told. I don't know what it was, but I totally read it in Mark Hamill's voice. Like, I could not hear a normal Joker voice. I just heard that voice actor voice. And even when it comes to like the Batman and Noggin, like, I love every bit of it. It was really well done. And that's where we start part 3, The Asylum. And that's where I am going to cut this off because I don't want to ruin it. They start to head towards Coast City, and that's it. The rest, you need to pick this up. I really, really enjoyed this. I think the Black Label itself has shown and done very well for itself. The Brian Azzarello and Libra Mayhew Damned was absolutely phenomenal, and this is just another great second step to that, to see something great come out of this, and I really do enjoy it. I think that this is going to go far, and I think they did a really good job. Just the art alone is worth it. Just the art alone tells a story, and then the great story to back it up. It all works out so well. So I was definitely hyped. I think it's $6.99, and it's definitely worth that price point. I think that Scott did a great job, and Greg always does a great job with the art. So I was impressed. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.